I just know my hair so well that it lets me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm slacking with the hydrating and the moisturizing, my hair lets me know, sweetheart, it's been about 2 weeks. You usually refresh us at least once a week. What we doing? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Octavia.Darling. So if you're new here, I create content related to my locks, lifestyle, health, and fitness journey. So before we hop into this video, go ahead and give your girl a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so that you can join this community of like-minded people. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is going to be more informational based, and I feel like this video will be more geared towards those who are just starting their lock journey or who are thinking about starting their lock journey. However, if you've already embarked on your lock journey and you want to watch this video, please do, because there will be points within this video that I ask you to comment down below your thoughts and to also provide some tips for others. So keep watching. We are going to discuss the 5 most frequently asked questions about having locks. What is one of the main questions that people ask? How do I start my lock journey? Love, let me share something with you. There are so many ways that you can start your lock journey, and I do have an older video where I broke down the different methods. But what I will say is some of the top ways that I've seen as of lately that people start their lock journeys is with the 2-strand twist method, which is what I did. Coils. Some are even doing the freeform locks, and that is when you just let your hair naturally do its thing and lock on its own without any manipulation. Now, before you start your lock journey, my main advice for you is to make sure you do thorough research and choose a method that you feel will be easiest for you to maintain. I chose the 2-strand twist method because in my mind, that's already a style. So I felt like the beginning stages wouldn't be as tough because I already look like my hair is done. Also, I knew that I had in mind that I was going to maintain my own locks by doing my own retwists, my own lock styles, and so on. So I thought that, okay, the 2-strand twist would be easy to manage, being that I was just a loose natural, and 2-strand twist is a style that I used to wear all the time anyways. Just make sure that you do your research and choose a method that you feel is going to be easy for you to maintain, and something also that will help you to embrace those different stages that you'll go through throughout your lock journey. Okay, so the next most common question that is asked is, how do I maintain my locks? So there are different factors that goes along with lock maintenance, right? So lock maintenance is not just retwisting. It's washing it. It's protecting your locks. It's making sure that, you know, your ends are trimmed if needed. It's using products that doesn't create residue. And if you do have residue, what's the best way to keep residue out of your locks? It's so many different things that falls within that category. And I feel like the lock maintenance method is very personable for each individual. So because none of our locks are the same, your maintenance is really determined by how well you care for your locks and how well you treat it, right? So for me, I have a routine when it comes to my lock maintenance. I intentionally care to my locks at least once a week. And by that, I mean that I go through, I check to see if there's any lint. I see if there's any, dirt or residue that needs to be removed. I also have a hydration and moisturizing routine, which is where I refresh my locks, right? So I speak about this brand quite often, but Locklicious, I use their products. I use their hydration, the hydrating rose water mist. I also use their growth oil, and I use those together to keep my locks looking refreshed. So You just kind of want to find your flow. Some people don't use, you know, a lot of products. Some people prefer not to use anything other than water and oil, which is fine. So it's all about what works best for you. But when it comes to maintaining your locks, you kind of just want to create a routine, whatever that looks like, to make sure that your locks are well trained. How many of you all used to be relaxed or used to be a loose natural? I used to be both. Okay, I got my first relaxer when I was 13 years old, and I was relaxed all the way until I believe I started my natural hair journey in 2014 or 15, one of the two. So I was relaxed all the way up until that point. And I just remember when I used to be relaxed, I used to always wear a wrap. Okay, that's when you get the comb, you just wrap your hair around, put your scarf on, wake up, shake your hair or just comb it down, and it just falls and it looked like it was curled at the ends. I'm sharing that story basically to say, I remember when I used to train and maintain my hair. So at one point, my hair was already used to being wrapped. So when I had to continue, when I chose to continue to wrap it, it would naturally fall into place because this is part of the routine. That correlates to what I'm saying with maintaining your locks. At some point, your hair will get used to the routine that you put it in, right? So I know now when my hair is craving hydration, when it is craving oil on my scalp. I just know my hair so well that it lets me know. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I'm slacking with the hydrating and the moisturizing, my hair lets me know, sweetheart, it's been about 2 weeks. You usually refresh us at least once a week. What we doing? Just create a routine that is easy for you to maintain. The end goal is to make sure that your locks remain healthy. I remember before I started my lock journey and just even growing up, there was a huge misconception that locks could damage your hair or your scalp. Over time, as I did research and I just began to learn more about, you know, having locks, I grew to understand that locks can only do what you allow it to do, right? If you don't want to have any scalp damage, then you will make sure that your scalp remains healthy. And how do you do that? You keep it hydrated. You keep it moisturized. You actually pay attention to, you know, if you notice anything wrong with your scalp. Is there any, like, you know, breakage going on? Is there any rashes or, you know, any irritation that you witness? Did you have a allergic reaction to some kind of products that you use? You know, it's just basically having that awareness. Other things to factor in is that you could get damaged by having overly tight lock styles. And I see this happen so often. And y'all, I'm telling you, lock styles are cool, but doing them too often and doing them too tight can cause damage. And we don't want that. So I have a tip. If you're going to do lock styles, and if it's not you doing, or maybe it's your loctician, speak up when you feel that when you feel like a twist is too tight, or maybe a hairpin is sticking you and, you know, it's like, I know she just secured it really well, but it's really hurting my scalp. Speak up. Those minor actions could eventually cause major issues, and you don't want that. You want to, by all means, avoid breakage, thinning, or any kind of scalp conditions, okay? So the way to avoid that is by, you know, consistently performing proper maintenance, making sure that you're cleansing, okay? Cleansing your scalp and moisturizing. So the next question is, how do I wash my locks? The key is to make sure that you're using residue-free shampoo or whatever natural products that you want to use. Just use something that is going to intentionally cleanse your locks, your scalp, and doesn't leave any residue. And then when it relates to how often you should wash your locks, honestly, this varies. Ideally, I like to wash my hair at least 2 to 3 times per month. Sometimes it's just 2. And I also base it off of my retwist, right? So if I know I'm going to do a retwist soon, then I'm going to wait about 4 weeks till I wash my hair. But in between those washes, I am still hydrating, moisturizing, making sure that my locks are refreshed. And then the last most common asked question that I'll go over is, can I undo my locks if I change my mind? Yes, you can. When there's a will, there's a way. I'm sharing this because I didn't have this knowledge when I started my loc journey. I just went in with it like, oh, well, this is how my hair gonna look for the rest of my life. And if I don't want locks anymore, I'm just gonna cut it off. Until about a year or 2 ago, I started to learn how people can actually comb their locks out. Comb them out. And I was like, wow. No one ever told me this. I never knew. I never knew that. You have options, so it's not something that's technically permanent unless you want it to be. Some of you all are new to your loc journey and you're just now finding me, and you might find this video to be helpful, and some of you are considering joining the loc community. So hopefully, again, you find this to be helpful. But to my subbies, chime in on this conversation. Comment down below some questions that you've heard or has even been asked regarding having locks. Like, let's get a conversation going. I appreciate y'all's support as always, and hope you have an amazing week. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.